Lions pick the wrong calf. Then the buffalo unleash hell. On the vast, sun-scorched plains of Africa, a war is waged every single day. It's a conflict of strategy, of power, and ultimately of survival. A pride of lions, the undisputed masters of the hunt, thought they had an easy victory. They had stalked their prey with chilling patience, their teamwork a lethal art form. They even had their prize, a young buffalo calf, cut off from its mother. But they forgot one crucial detail: the unyielding, unbreakable loyalty of a buffalo herd. They had just made a fatal mistake. The hunt might have been won, but the war was just beginning. Section 1. The Setup. A land of thirst and hunger. The dry season is tightening its grip on the savannah. The sun beats down relentlessly, and the land is desperate for rain. Waterholes have shrunk to muddy puddles, forcing ancient enemies into an uneasy truce. For the local lion pride, these conditions are both a blessing and a curse. Prey is easier to find, all gathered in one place, but that also makes them more desperate and aggressive. The pride is a family of assassins, a perfectly tuned hunting machine. The lionesses are the main hunters, moving with a silent, synchronized grace. And while they do most of the work, the big male lions have a critical role to play, especially when the target is as large and dangerous as a Cape buffalo. Their sheer size and power can be the tipping point in these brutal fights. For the whole pride, a buffalo is the ultimate prize, a massive feast that can keep them fed for days. But moving across this parched landscape is a force of nature of a different kind, a massive herd of Cape buffalo. We're talking hundreds of them, a moving fortress of muscle and horn. They aren't just a random gathering. They're a highly social, complex society built on cooperation and mutual defense. Tucked into the very heart of the herd are the calves, the next generation. This is a deliberate strategy, keeping them shielded from the ever-watchful eyes of predators. The herd instinctively forms a defensive circle around its young and weak, with the strongest adults facing outward, a wall of keratin and courage. It's a community built on a simple principle: we protect our own. But today, the heat is draining, the dust is suffocating, and the constant threat of attack has everyone on edge. The lions are hungry, their golden eyes missing nothing. They've been shadowing the herd for hours, just waiting. Waiting for one slip-up, one mistake that will give them their opening. Section 2. The Hunt. A calculated strike. The hunt doesn't start with a roar, but with a whisper of movement in the tall beige grass. The lions are masters of the ambush, using every bit of cover the landscape offers. They move slowly, methodically, their tawny coats making them nearly invisible in the dry terrain. Their strategy is brilliant. Some of the lionesses' aunties create a diversion to distract the main herd, while the others get into position for the real attack. They don't waste their energy on the powerful bulls or the watchful mothers. They're looking for the weakest link, a youngster that strays too far, an individual that lags behind. A calf, only a few weeks old, gets momentarily distracted and wanders a few feet from its mother. It's a tiny gap, a window of opportunity that lasts only seconds. But for these hunters, that's all they need. The signal is a silent, shared glance. And then the chase explodes from the stillness. The herd erupts in panic, a chaotic stampede of thundering hooves and desperate bellows. In the confusion, the lion's plan works perfectly. They aren't just chasing, they're steering their target away from safety. A younger, faster lioness cuts off the calf's path back to its mother, pushing it into the open. Another more powerful lioness closes in. With a final burst of speed, she leaps onto the calf's back, her claws digging in deep. The calf's terrified cries slice through the air. The kill itself is brutally efficient. A suffocating bite to the throat and snout to crush the windpipe. The struggle is short. The calf is down. For a moment it looks like it's all over. The lions have their meal. But the calf's desperate cries haven't gone unanswered. That sound wasn't just a cry for help. It was an ancient call to arms. Section 3. The climax. The turn of the tide. The lions start to drag their prize away, their victory feeling certain. One of the male lions stands guard, a clear warning to anyone thinking of interfering. But something is changing in the herd. The panic is fading, and it's being replaced by something far more dangerous. Rage. It starts with just one, maybe the calf's mother, maybe a lead bull. A single head lifts, turns, and lets out a low, rumbling bellow. It's a sound of pure defiance. It rips through the herd, and the stampede slows, then stops. Hundreds of heads turn as one, their dark eyes locking onto the lions. The scattered animals begin to regroup, not to run, but to fight back. This isn't a mindless stampede anymore. This is a calculated tactical move known as mobbing. It's a behavior where the entire group gangs up to attack a predator, fighting for protection, not just survival. The air gets heavy. The lions, busy with their kill, suddenly realize the game has changed. The ground begins to tremble. Their moment of triumph is quickly turning into a nightmare. The herd that was fleeing for its life has transformed into an organized, unified army. They are a force to be reckoned with, and they are not about to abandon one of their own. The entire herd follows. Section 4. The Counter-Attack. A Fortress of Horns. The buffalo charge isn't a chaotic mess. It's a terrifying display of raw, coordinated power. They move as one, a solid wall of muscle and horn aimed right at the stunned pride. Lions may be apex predators, but even they are wary of these giants. A single Cape buffalo can weigh nearly 2,000 pounds. And believe it or not, they are responsible for more lion deaths than any other prey animal. In a stunning reversal, the hunters are now the hunted. The lions scatter. A hit from an enraged buffalo can send a lion flying, breaking bones on impact. The lions have to dodge those sharp, curved horns that can easily go and kill them. Incredibly, buffalo have been observed using their horns with startling precision, not just to attack, but to rescue, flipping a fallen herd member back onto its feet to help it escape. The first buffalo slams into one of the lionesses, sending her scrambling. The rest of the herd pours in behind it, a relentless wave of fury. They don't just chase the lions off, they surround their fallen calf, forming a protective ring with their heads and horns facing out. It's an impenetrable fortress, a living wall of loyalty. The lions, totally outnumbered and outmatched by this show of force, have no choice but to retreat. They can only watch from a distance as the herd protects its young. Sometimes a rescue like this comes too late. But today, the herd's rapid and brutal response made all the difference. They successfully drive the lions far away, making sure the threat is gone. The lions are left with nothing but their wounds and a harsh lesson in buffalo solidarity. They picked the wrong calf, and they unleashed hell. Conclusion. Out here on the unforgiving savannah, the roles of predator and prey aren't always so clear-cut. Today's battle wasn't just about a hunt. It was a story of loyalty and collective power written in the dust. The lions, for all their skill, were reminded that some bonds are stronger than any tooth or claw. The buffalo herd proved that their real strength isn't just in their size or their horns, but in their absolute commitment to each other. It just goes to show you that being the king of the savannah isn't just about the strength of your attack, but the courage of your defense. Thanks for watching. If you found this incredible display of animal strategy and loyalty as fascinating as we did, please subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the raw and unpredictable world of wildlife. And don't forget to check out our playlist on the most epic predator and prey battles for more unbelievable moments from the animal kingdom.